Happy Friday, my loves, and welcome to a speed build. Welcome to a base game plus speed build. This is base game plus growing together. I really wanted to build a rec center, and I have already done that before. I've built a big rec center, but I wanted to build something a bit more on the smaller scale. And we are obviously in the world of San Sequoia. I haven't been back to this world to build since the expansion pack came out, because why? The world is awful as far as I'm concerned. But I do actually really like this lot. This is isn't this the only 20 by 40 lot that we've got in the game? I think it is. And it's such an interesting lot size to use. It really helps. It really makes you think about where you're putting stuff and what you're building upon it. And today, as I said, we are building a rec center. So if you all know, a rec center in The Sims 4 is a place where your Sims can come. They play musical instruments, they paint, they go on games, they use the gym. It's kind of like a multi-lot, to be honest with you. And they always seem to work really well from experience. Everyone uses everything. It's always busy. It's just got a feel of family. It really has. And that is indeed what I wanted to create today. So I've gone for a very modern kind of look, but it is definitely teetering over into very much kind of children-friendly looking colors. It's very bright. If you don't like blue or yellow, you are not going to like this build, because that is the primary color on the exterior and also into the interior too. It was important for me for this build to have a lot of natural light. So you might have seen in the beginning, there's skylights. I used the new wallpaper, the new modern windows. I used that quite a bit in here too. And it just came together lovely, and it was really fun to play in as well. Now, with all my base game plus builds, I do tend to think about it as EA would be thinking about it. I think I've used way too many wallpapers for a start, especially because we've got the interior wallpapers and the exterior wallpapers. They are all of the same color and stuff, but I do change around the textures. I'm waffling on here. But what I mean to say is inside, I don't use as much furniture as what I normally would. And that goes along with all of these base game plus builds. I just want to make it feel like an EA house or building. But, you know, with taste. What am I like? Tell you what I like, silly bum. But yeah, here we are. We're already just mapping things out. I wanted to build this a little bit differently as well. I wanted it to flow really well. So you're going to see me building parts, going into the interiors. I wanted like a double height atrium moment in the front entrance area here. This is me kind of like mapping out where I want the classrooms and stuff to be. Also the gym and the shower room with the changing rooms and stuff. And then I also wanted to connect the build over, have a cantilevered kind of modern build with empty space underneath of it. But what I put in that empty space, it was kind of in my head already. It was like a children's play area, a picnic area, if you wish. I also put a little splash pad and stuff underneath of it too. I just wanted a lot of things to do in this place, but I also wanted it to kind of be a bit interesting and stuff. So I didn't want this just copied building over to the other side. I wanted it to kind of float, but I do go ahead and put pillars underneath of it as well. In the beginning, I put them here, but I just didn't like how it looked. So I actually put them a little bit further on. You'll see me do that in just a second. That just didn't look right to me. I think it needed to be under. And I was correct. I really was. So it's got everything your Sim's going to need. It's got a gym. It's got changing rooms. It's got an atrium area where you can sit down near the front desk and read a book or what have you. It's got the outside area that we were just talking about, the children's play area, etc. And then on the first level, there is a music room, an art room, a computer room and library, and a communal area where everyone sits around and plays games. And that's kind of up on the mezzanine level looking over the atrium. I had fun with this. I really bloody did. I do like building a rec centre, and I haven't built one since I built that big one, I don't think. But here we are. here we are today building one. I just don't know what it is about this world. Let me know if anybody else feels the same way about San Sequoia. I just find it really boring, to be honest with you. Just shells everywhere. It's just not interesting to me. And it might, I don't mean to like shit on anybody's like, I don't know if you're from, I think it was based on San Francisco, wasn't it? So if you're used to this and it feels like home to you, I don't mean to shit on it. It's just not me. It's just not for me, shall we say. Yeah, not for me at all. Now, this is me playing around. I pulled a palette out this time because I knew I wanted a lot of bright colors. In the beginning, we put this white brick down, but as soon as I put the white brick down on the half wall, that's what I'm on about, the half wall that kind of wrapped around everywhere. But as soon as I get the rest of the colors going on everything else, including the build, the white wall was just not working for me. It looked too floaty. Yeah, I don't know how to explain it. It just didn't fit in with the build. It needed grounding with some depth and some darker colors. So we used the same brick, but we just go for a darker brown one. And I just feel it really helped it. And I end up using that darker brick on some of the exterior as well. I actually put in and mix a little bit of that in too, but I had fun with this. I did. That little area there, I kind of just knocked into the basement and then wrapped around the glass wallpaper to make it look like a glass fence. Just for interest, really, just for a little bit of architectural interest. I wasn't going to go down to the basement at any point. I was tempted to put in an indoor pool in the basement, and I was going to do that. But because of the floor plan that I already had in my head, there was just nowhere really where I could put the stairs where it would make sense in the interior. So I just kind of left it. But that is up to you. If you want to add a pool into this lot, then feel free to do so, my darlings, because it would be the perfect place for a pool, to be honest. It really bloody would. It very much would. But yes, Hello Friday is upon us. I know I say that every Friday, but it is. It's here. And I've got one more week until I go away on holiday. So all next week, I'm going to be doing exactly what we did this week and just have lots of different Sims videos coming out. We've got a Google Earth video coming next week. We are in the country of Italy next week. So I am going to build something from Italy. So be prepared for that, my loves. And yes, I won't let on to what else is coming out. You just have to wait and see. You really will. I use this siding a lot. This siding that came with the expansion as well, because I was only allowed to use base game and grown together. This one here just came in really handy, and I use multiple arrays of the same color. Multiple colors of the same siding. Oh my God. Aiden, I'm running a bath in a minute because I just need to get in the bath. It's been one of those days today where I've just been staring at a computer screen all day. One, getting this finished and prepared, but also I've been prepping for my Dungeons and Dragons world and drawing maps and writing storylines, and it's just all been going on, loves. It really had. I had my first DM session last night. We played for, I think we played for about four and a half hours. But it was my first time being DM, and my loves, as much as I do like playing the game, I think my heart lies with being a DM. I reveled in that. I was putting on voices, I was doing acting, I was changing the lights, the colors of the lights, I was putting music on for different situations. Darlings, I was in my element. I really was. So yeah, expect some builds from that world in the future, because I definitely would like to bring that to the channel. So that's what's going to be happening. Yes, it is indeed. But here we are. More siding going on here. The siding does end up changing here and there. I do even mix in a little bit of white. I just wanted something interesting to be here. And we'd already used the wooden. The wooden siding is the predominant one. That's what we use everywhere. But I do mix it up with some blues, some yellows. And we end up going onto the windows and just putting some panels of the different colors that we've chosen onto the windows as well. It just kind of came to me organically, and it really worked. It really did. I was watching a couple of films while I was building this as well, and I remember crying to Charlotte's Web. There's something about that film that gets me every time. When Charlotte, spoiler alert, spider, she dies, snuffs it. If Charlotte's Web is a very old book. I think it's very old, but yeah, I always find that film so sad. And I think it's because it's Julia Roberts' voice in the film as well. I love Julia Roberts' voice. So, yeah, what a gorgeous film. Not me building in The Sims 4 sobbing because a spider died. Aiden, get in the bin as far as I'm concerned, because that is embarrassing. And this is me going around now doing those panels. I just picked some panels here and there. I didn't want it to be too uniform everywhere. We kind of like made them one at the top and one at the bottom, like all different kind of like areas. Not directly by each other. I just think, again, it added a little bit of whimsical childness to it. Almost like Lego. I was thinking of Lego a lot when I was building this. Oh, I just caught my bloody piercing. Ow. I'm going to pretend that didn't hurt and carry on. Ow. Even though my eyes are now watering. But yeah, I was thinking of Lego a whole lot when I was building this. I really was. And I don't know. I was happy with it. You'll have to let me know what you think of it. I will get up on the gallery for you, but it'll probably be up on the gallery on Monday now because I'm not going to get my PC on for the rest of the evening. I am going to get in the bath and read a book. Not in the bath. Why? I always find that weird. People read in the bath, but in my head, Virgo, I'm like, aren't you going to get your pages wet? It's just not for me, that one. I don't know why. Don't know what. I'm just quirky. But anyway, here we are. And this is me going around paint. I was playing around with a lot of the palettes and stuff, but I was bringing more blue to the forefront with everything. We end up changing these pillars for bricks once I put the brick around on the fence and stuff. This one here, we actually go ahead and put the brick on the pillars. I just think this brick that I was going on about just really tied it and anchored this like building into the lot. I think the white brick was just a little bit too, I don't know. It didn't work. It really didn't. But I think this brick here just made all the difference, especially when we put it onto the front panel, the front part of the building. But we do that a little bit later on as well. End up playing around with a few of these white panels as well. I just put little panels here and there, just a little bit of interest for the eye. And I think that it works. I do a few of them around here too. In the beginning, I was painting them on the inside, but it just looks like I've missed a bit of paint. So we end up getting rid of that. There we go, it's gone. But I like them on the outside. It just draws your eyes upwards. Again, child whimsicalness loves we're going for. This is where I end up putting in a little an exit through this area here at the back that I've just built that full wall on. And we put a set of double doors there. And again, as I said, it acts as an exit. And I just thought it kind of worked for this. It really did. But yeah, lovely. More, what are they called? They are called, why have I gone completely blank? I think I need to get in the bin. I've written skylights. Oh my God. Not that. Not me forgetting what skylights are. Honestly, Aiden needs to get to Greece. Aiden needs to go on holiday, and Aiden needs to stop speaking in third person. That's what Aiden needs to stop doing. What am I saying? Oh my Lord. But anyway, skylights, I go around with the fence, get rid of the bish bash boosh it out, put in the trim as well so it stops it from glitching on the interior. I think we all know by now. We all do this by now, but I had to do it each and every one just so I didn't change the trim on the outside. But yeah, it really works, and it looks really nice in gameplay as well, these skylights going into each of the classrooms. Well, they're not really classrooms, but rec rooms. We're going to call it rec rooms, recreation rooms. Yeah, we end up putting nice skylight into each of them, and it really worked. So into a little bit of landscaping now. I used quite a few trees at the front. I just wanted to bring a bit of nature here, and you can see these trees from the atrium itself. It just kind of, brings the green indoors, and I do enjoy it. I do. I was happy with how this came out. I really, really was. Really was. I would have liked some different wall textures to play with. I struggled with the wall textures with base game because I've just used them for so many years that I got a bit bored. I'm a bit bored of them. I'm not a bit bored of them. I'm very bored of them. I really am. I'm not going to like sugarcoat things. So yeah, I would have liked some different wall textures, because that's why I keep adding stuff on, just to try and make it feel a bit more interesting. This brick just really set in the hoe build for me. As soon as I put this onto that hoe area at the front, wrap that in there, I think it made the build pop and made it make sense. It really did. Little bike park area. I thought it was important to have a little area for whoever's here to park their bikes out the front. We obviously got a car park and stuff too. And then I think over the other side, we put a little picnic table out the front as well. Putting in some nice lampposts. I just wanted to blend this lot into where it was. I made sure to have that opening where the cars can come in. It's actually got like a flattened dipped curve part there as well. So it just looks a bit realistic, you know. Got rid of one of the double doors. We had 3 here and it was just a bit overkill. And I wanted to fit in some benches on the front entrance with some nice flower pots and stuff out here. So I decided on getting rid of one of the doors. And I just think, again, it just works. It really does. Some outdoor lighting, car park lighting, just so, yeah, they can see where they're going. We pop one there so I can fit a picnic bench in there, and then it kind of acts as a bollard so nobody can drive through into that area, you know? But yeah, all in all, I think this would really flow nicely if it was realistic. But yeah, and this is the signage. We put a nice bit of signage for the rec centre out the front and then make our way under the cantilevered building. I didn't realize that swing set was just debug, so you can't actually use it in game. So sadly, I had to get rid of it. I put the climbing frame where the swings are instead, and then I had the toddler slide. I put the toddler slide in this little part. So at least there's an object for both ages of the children to do something here. That's what I really wanted. Little bit of a hedge going on as well. Bit of a hedge, bit of greenery, but I don't know. I think this would all be nice as well because it's sheltered from the rain. You could use this in any weather, like your Sims aren't going to get wet and stuff. So yeah, very happy with that. Very bloody happy indeed. Very much so. And then on the other side, I do a little planter area, and I think I just put some nice bushes in there. I was going to say I tried a tree. It was just a little bit too much of a squeeze because of the building above it. But I put some nice bushes and stuff in there and pleased, very nice. And then I put a little hedge over this side, and this is where I actually change around. I'm going to start putting stuff out now, or this is me putting that slide in, but when I went into gameplay to player test everything, the swings won't work, so I just got rid of them and swapped it around a little bit so it might look a little bit different. But yeah, a couple of picnic benches, splash pad, and I just think it works. I just think it works. How many times am I going to say that? I'll tell you what, though. Just think it's going to work, to be honest. And I think we head into the interiors in a minute. Oh, this is me trying to squeeze some benches in. I do one by the splash pad and one in the park area as well. Just so there's some seats for the parents to sit on and keep an eye on their kids and whatnot, you know? So into the interiors, this is the main kind of atrium area. Now, be warned, the colors, well, as we playful kid colors, blues and yellows everywhere. I use them in every single room. And again, I was trying to make the colors just pop and look a little bit more interesting. So you'll see right at the end, I go through and put yellow stripes in the carpets and stuff to kind of look, just makes it a bit more interesting where your eyes looking forward. Like, yeah, I was going to put some chairs there in the beginning, but because that's the main foyer, I decided not to. I also put in a elevator or a lift into this build as well. Again, accessibility in these community spaces is important to me. We don't have proper lifts that you can use and the Sims can use. Why the hell not? We've got them for city living. Yeah, it literally is just like a rabbit hole, but why can't we just have some good residential lifts or elevators in the game? Annoys me. Anyway, we obviously were just doing the changing room area. This is the gym, just very simple. Lots of different equipment pieces. I was a bit worried it's a bit squished, but they seem to do it fine and they use everything, so it's all good. On top of the mezzanine now, this is the kind of games area. It's got a nice skylight over the top of this as well, which is nice. And I just put a nice couple of game tables out, a few little lovely things for the walls, a little seating area here too. where the Sims were sitting quite nicely, actually. They were using all of the sofas that I put down on this lot. They were like sitting around and talking. And another reason why I like this lot type, it just, I don't know, there's a real community kind of like feel to it. I don't know what it is. No idea, but I enjoy it nonetheless. And then I'm putting this outside where the lift actually comes up from the elevator. Yeah. And I made sure to place all of the furniture as well. So in realistic terms, a wheelchair could get past, etc., etc. But yeah. And then into the music room first off. So very simple. Again, we're using all of the same colors, keeping things limited because, again, I was trying to do that whole EA kind of vibe, that feel. But I don't know. I think the colors just make it work. I even put the blue and yellow stripes on the ceiling as well. So you kind of got like lines going through everywhere. It just made it a little bit more fun. It really did. And you kind of struggle when you're only using one expansion and the base game. But I don't know. I think I made it work and I'm happy with that. This is the kind of computer room / library area. So it's important to me to have like 4 desks. I thought was kind of ample. Each with computers on, of course, and I do a little seating area in the middle. There are also toilets up on this level too, 2 toilets up on this level, so your Sims won't have to go all the way downstairs to use the loo. And then finally, the art room, very similar layout to the computer room itself, but with easels instead. I know, groundbreaking. Absolutely groundbreaking. And I put that little chair with the fruits and stuff on top of it, so it looks like they're kind of do a little art project and getting that painted. And then I finally go in and just put in these like stripes into the carpet, and I just think it pulled it together, just made it look really interesting. Pulled it together, gave it a bit of personality. Anyway, my loves, you're going to go and watch a video tour, and I'll see you next week. Goodbye.